Hello everybody, welcome to the next installment of PA Lost Speedways. In this video, we're going to be covering the Berks County Fairgrounds racetrack, which is not the Reading Fairgrounds that is conventionally known as the Reading Fairgrounds Speedway, but this is a Reading Fairgrounds Speedway, and we're going to talk about what used to be here in this video today. Bern Township, Leesport, Reading, there are a couple town names I've heard associated with this fairgrounds. Located on Hilltop Road near the Berks County CTC and the Sports Recreation Center is the current location of the Berks County Fair. This plot of land became the host of the Reading Fair in 1999 after a few years where the fair had been placed in Kutztown, which was the result of the previous fairgrounds being converted into what was the Fairgrounds Square Mall, which is now the Muhlenberg Shopping Plaza. That was the host facility of the more popular Reading Fairgrounds Speedway, which operated from 1924 to 1979 and is not the topic of this video, as that location highly deserves its own video. Keep an eye out. The fair was hosted here from 1999 to 2004 before converting this to a racetrack. The spot was used for truck and tractor pulls, so it was in prime shape for dirt oval racing to invade. 2004 had seen the addition of a figure 8 race, and in 2005 the cutout was made for the 1/10 mile dirt oval to become part of the fair festivities. This was a big deal for locals as it revived Reading Fair racing, therefore seeing participation from the Reading Fairgrounds Racing Historical Society to promote and sponsor the races. The track would host these races through the fair week, splitting time with events like tractor pulls and demo derbies and etc., etc. You could go see micro sprints and micro modifieds, slingshots, outlaw carts, and standard dirt carts throughout the nights of the week. The classes were split up to some different days during the week, and I know this because in 2013, my father and I traveled here to watch the racing. The racing followed the same format of running during the fair week over separate nights throughout its whole tenure, which ran for 13 years. So it was running a couple nights, one time a year. Many of the local dirt racers who continued to pound the ground in micros, sprint cars, and modifieds took part in these races during this time. 2018 was the last time that dirt oval racing occurred here. It is unknown why there were no races in 2019, but I expect it to be the result of low turnouts and possibly because of the dust and the noise that would be put up into the air right next to the rest of the fair. 2020 was COVID, and within these years the track was flattened out to continue using for tractor pulls. To this day, the Armco barriers are still up in parts and the concrete walls are still there. The old flag stand still sits on the property, watching over the legacy of the most recent revival of Reading Fairgrounds racing. Here we are walking into the pit area was over here. This is where they put all the trailers. And then on my right is where the track was. Up there's the grandstand. I have my dad here with me. We've been to this racetrack.
2013.
I think this is the first video in this series of a place where there was a racetrack that I had been when it was in existence. So this was that stand over there, which you can't quite see because it's in the shade, was where the start-finish line was. So you can kind of make out around here, like where turns 3 or 1 and 2 were, and then came up onto the wall, and then that was the back straightaway, although that was where you sat. And that's crazy because, yeah, I literally sat there for a micro sprint race one time. My friend Kenny Murray was racing here. I found a tire back here behind turn 4. They did use tractor tires for marking the insides of the corners, like how they do at a lot of racetracks where they put a tire in there because it was a temporary thing. But it was temporary, but it was here all the time. Like they only used it for the actual fair, but the land wasn't used for other things in the meantime, so it kind of just sat here. And a few years ago, my dad and I came to the World War II show at the Reading Fairgrounds, or the Reading, airport, which is why we're here right now. And there was a lot of it that was still here. So there was a year, I want to say it was 2020, they came in and excavated it and flattened it all out. But before that point in time, it was all still here.
This was run, a race that we were in attendance of in 2013 by the old men who were the Reading Fairgrounds Racing Historical Society. And they kind of ran it like that.
That is correct.
a bunch of grumpy old guys. But hey, at least they put on a show.
Out behind the track, there's some old barriers out here that would have gotten thrown over here when they were trying to clean the place up. There's some crap in there. Not gonna tread too far.
Galvanized. Yeah, that'd be like a dream come true for a snake to live in.
There they are. I was talking about these when I was back over there. There's a fence gate as well. Yeah, there's the tractor tires that they used because they were painted up. That's cool. I said they used tractor tires. I wasn't lying. There they are. That's the tour of this Reading Fairgrounds, the Reading Area Fair Speedway. I would go up there, but tetanus and snakes are going to refrain, and also the stuff's in the back of the truck, so whatever. But this is pretty cool because there's a lot of it still here and relatively untouched, but interesting. Unfortunately, another speedway we've lost to the test of time. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying this series, and we will see you in the next video.